yet kooky, mysterious and spooky, and altogether ooky. From movies, TV, costumes, and even school plays, the Addams Family not only became iconic, but entertaining for viewers for 85 years.
My biggest question is pretty much, how do they stay relevant for nearly 85 years? That's a question that I think we all should be answering. For us who are young, and us who are old, like myself, who is a young adult. So today, let's actually take a look at this, and this year's HorrorVision Trick or Treatathon. Today, let's research the Addams Family.
The Addams Family was created by American cartoonist Charles Samuel Addams, known for his dark, macabre, but also humorous characters. Addams Family was published in 1938 in the New York newspaper, The New Yorker.
It's crazy to also think that Charles Addams never really brought the names of these iconic characters. What I'm trying to say is, in the comics in the 1930s, the characters that we come to know, the names that we come to know, weren't really in the comics until later on and later mainstream.
Names like Morticia, Uncle Fester, and Wednesday never got their iconic names until September 18th, 1964, the Addams Family sitcom debuted on ABC.
ABC, where we'll be seeing you every Friday night.
Join us, the Addams Family.
It became a hit with fans and still remains popular for almost 60 years. Sadly, it was canceled as the network wanted a more serious image, and new shows like The Lucy Show and Batman, which I think never gave ABC a serious image at all. However, ratings were still high after its cancellation for nearly 2 seasons.
ABC wanted to try to have a very different approach with their network. That's why stuff that I just said, including stuff like The Dean Martin Show, and even Bewitched, which was still around at the time, being the only one left, were the only ones that fit the network, let's say. But it didn't really help much, and it kind of made viewers pretty sad, and even more of the actors being out of work. Even Caroline Jones, who loved playing as Morticia, especially being the biggest role of her life. So were others. But there was a very big hope for the actors to return, but it had to be a very long time. As a matter of fact, it had to be the following year. Yep, in the 70s. But that 70s really, really paid off. October 30th, 1977 spawned the return of the creepy, kooky family in the TV movie Halloween with the New Addams Family, and never disappoints to entertain us. Surprisingly, the actress, Caroline Jones, never missed her spark playing as Morticia yet again, showing how great of an actress and a good person she is on screen.
I wonder if the rules permit us to try and escape. I must help Mama with the hors d'oeuvres. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not the grand exalted serpent, mon cher.
The TV movie was enough to revive the series. However, it had a few rough years.
Just like a couple bumpy rides, you are going to have little bumps along the way, along with your little trips. That's kind of like what I expect with the Addams Family. We had basically cartoon series that really didn't hit home, and then they tried other live-action versions that did not have the original cast. Of course, sadly, some of them have passed along the way, but none of them clicked. None of them clicked very well in saying that this is the Addams Family. I'm sure there's fans, but they don't feel right like it was paying tribute to the cartoon, or if it was trying to be this, well, I'm trying to say the sitcom, not the cartoon. But in the 90s, some things actually have changed for the better. In 1991 and 1993, the movies The Addams Family and The Addams Family Values aired on the big screens. Not only were they on the big screens, but they brought in more audiences and even more fans to boot, with great actors such as Raul Julia, who played Gomez, Angelica Houston, who played Morticia, and Christina Ricci, who played Wednesday. And the movie did not disappoint to not only target a family-friendly style vibe, but it targeted both towards adults and kids as well. And on November 23rd, 2022, the Netflix series, which is created by Tim Burton, named Wednesday, is not only one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, but probably one of the best I've ever seen of, like, the Addams Family. One of, not the. The movies are definitely the best. And I've heard that this series is going to have a second season in the near future. Regardless of my opinions or not, the Addams Family definitely became not only ahead of its time, but even more iconic, from the actors who played these characters to the comics themselves. Whatever the case may be, we should never forget about this very rich family. It's a very entertaining, horror to begin with. And it started off is definitely one of the best exceptions. If I was to ever talk to this family, I would have said, "You're the best that I think I've ever seen for Halloween. You're the best, period, for life in general." In short, the Addams Family is definitely a must-see for all ages.
The Addams Family.